Hi there and welcome to our latest market update video. This is our second video of 2023. I sit here now in early March and we've got the benefit now of having had 2 months of the year behind us, so we can really start to see how things are shaping up with the market, both regionally for us, but also there's some quite interesting and maybe even quite confusing data coming out on a national basis as well. So I think what I wanted to do in this video is maybe just start off a little bit different in this video. Just start off by having a look at some of these different national house price indexes and try and make sense of it all really if we can. So it seems like every day we hear a different view in the media on what's happening with house prices. A lot of confusing and contradictory reports that we seem to be getting almost daily now. For example, the Halifax have just released their latest house price index data and report that prices increased 1.1% during February and 2.1% over the last year. Whilst a few days before, the Nationwide said prices were actually down 0.5% in February and down 1.1% over the year. And then just to add further confusion, Rightmove's latest house price index reported prices flat in February, but up 3.9% over the last 12 months. So why are we getting these different figures? Well, it's probably important to understand how the different indexes compile their house price data. So let's start with the Halifax. The Halifax is actually the longest running monthly house price index. It goes all the way back to 1983. However, its data is limited to its own customers, though it must be said that as part of the Lloyds Banking Group, it is the largest UK residential lender. So it covers a lot of property transactions, but a disadvantage is that it is only a sample of the market. And the house price data is based on the mortgage applications that have been approved and not mortgage applications that have completed. This means the data is more up to date than if it was based on completions due to the lag between the start and end of the process. Of course, another disadvantage is it doesn't include cash purchases either. Then we have the Nationwide House Price Index. Now this is very much like the Halifax House Price Index in that it focuses only on price data from its own mortgages. Again, it is price data from mortgage approvals and not completions, and nor does it include buy-to-let purchases or cash deals. Then we have Rightmove, the house price index that Rightmove produces, which also gets a lot of coverage in the media. Now the price data in the Rightmove House Price Index actually comes from the asking prices of the properties that are listed on its website. Now, Rightmove has a huge market share with the vast majority of property available for sale listed on Rightmove. So its sample size is huge, but because its house price index is based on initial asking prices rather than actual transaction prices, it means Rightmove's average house price can be tens of thousands of pounds more than figures released by those such as the Land Registry. And this is evidenced by the fact that Rightmove reports the average asking price at just over 362,000, whereas currently the Nationwide reports the average house price at 257,000. And then we have the UK House Price Index. Now this is what you might call the official house price index. This is the government-backed index which is calculated by the Office of National Statistics. It pulls in actual true house price data from the Land Registry. Because of this, it is far more reliable, although it doesn't include data from repossession sales and auction sales. I suppose though the biggest disadvantage is simply that it lags way behind the other indexes because of how long it can take sales to complete, and then for that data to be processed. So for example, if it takes, say, 4 months from the point a sale is agreed to the point it legally completes, and then another 3 months for the data to be processed, you are looking at potentially a lag of around 7 months. And we all know what can happen in the property market in 7 months. So now we've hopefully cleared up a little bit about why we see these differences in the national house price indexes that the media report on. Let's just talk about what we're seeing more locally so far in 2023. Well, in January and February, there's been very little movement in prices, up or down. We are probably about 5% down now when we look at prices compared to 12 months ago, but there's been relatively little change so far in 2023. I would always caution though that each street is essentially its own market, and the picture can vary from location to location, and it can even vary from property type to property type. For example, we're seeing affordable first-time buyer homes at the moment doing really well. Also seeing 3 and 4 bedroom family homes, they remain very much in demand, and the prices for those properties are holding up off the back of that. Yes, we're not seeing those properties selling as quickly as they were doing 12 months ago, but if they're realistically priced, they're still selling. There's plenty of buyers out there for those properties. This is backed up by data we've seen from 20EA, which shows that nationally the number of sales being agreed so far in 2023 is very much in line with what we were seeing in the 2016 to 2019 period before the pandemic. So I'm sorry to say that it does seem for now that the doomsayers predicting a property crash are wrong. Whether that remains to be the case as we sort of go into the traditionally busier spring market, we'll see, as I always say, to stay up to date with how things are performing in the property market locally. Please do continue to watch these videos. We really appreciate it. Thanks for watching.